Boy, I got a lot of good ones this morning, huh? What about Lurie Garcia for the White Sox? Now, I know they were thumped yesterday 14-2. But this is a potent offense. And Garcia, who is an outfielder by trade, has been moved to second base. And the reason his manager said, I'm moving Garcia to second base, is because of his bat. And in fantasy, that's all we care about, is the bat. And this bat hits. He hit .279 last year. Did you know he scored 93 runs? Did you know he stole 15 bases? How about that? So he's starting at second base for the White Sox. I know he's hitting down in the order, but he's proven he can contribute in the past in these other categories, and he's getting the playing time starting all 3 games so far for the White Sox. So you think, what about when Madrigal comes up to the White Sox? I proffer to you, that's when Nicky Delmonico goes to the bench and Lurie Garcia stays in the lineup. So I don't think Lurie Garcia is a short-term ad. I think he very well can be a long-term season ad pending his performance as we go forward. Just my take on it. And then just a couple more. One more rather. Wilmer Flores for the Giants. He has never had over 510 at-bats in a single season. And nobody's going to get there this year, of course. But he's 28 years old, and he may now get finally regular playing time for the Giants. Now, I know the Giants are not an offensive juggernaut. I got it. But they are a major league team, and they are going to play games, and they are going to score some runs. And Wilmer Flores is going to hit near the top of that order, batting either second or third in every game this year. He's hit safely in all games so far. And he has averaged 20 home runs per 600 at-bats over his career. And last year for Arizona, he hit .317. Wilmer Flores is a bat that will hit. He will hit well in that park. He will hit well in that division. And he is only owned, of all the players I've mentioned, Wilmer Flores is only owned in 2% of the leagues. Now, I got to bring up a player, just a few players that, just overall. First of all, did you watch Luis Robert play this weekend? I mean, is he not just an incredible player? I know he's a rookie, but he's got what it takes, okay? He had the .337 ISO at AAA Charlotte last year. In the second inning of his first game, he came to the plate, looked down Jose Berrios, and smashed the first pitch he saw at an exit velo of 116 miles per hour. Okay? Put that in context. Last year, there were 20 players who hit a ball harder than Robert did in his first career hit. 20. Okay? So, Robert then has a home run over the weekend. His home run was a 419-foot blast that went out at 111 miles per hour. That means, as of right now, Robert has the 5th and 1st hardest hits of this season. If you don't have Luis Robert on your team, you wish you did. And if you do have him, you're glad you got him. He is going to be, I believe, one of the great stars of this game. Not only this year, but for many years. Remember, the White Sox signed him to a contract so they could go ahead and bring him up to the major leagues. Teams don't do that often. Well, there isn't but one Luis Robert, and that's why. So, there we go. So, let's take a look at just a few more players that I want you to take a look at in daily fantasy today. Nico Hoerner for Chicago, a right-handed bat, could be bought cheaply in daily fantasy. He is the Cubs' third highest prospect, and today he's facing Wade Miley, the left-handed, soft-tossing pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds. Last year, Hoerner hit .273 in 11 appearances against lefties. He's hitting in a hitter's park in Cincinnati. I think for daily fantasy, he'd be a great pickup at a cheap price so you can put money on other positions. What about Eric Sogard from Milwaukee? Not owned hardly at all. He's facing a lefty today. Sogard's a lefty, but he's facing Stephen Brault. Last year, Sogard hit .290, 13 homers, 8 stolen bases. He's hitting leadoff for the Brewers, right in front of Christian Yelich and Keston Hiura. So he's going to have run opportunities. Sogard does good against lefties. Well, how good do you say? Well, let's talk about it. He hit .270 with 6 home runs in 2019. Stephen Brault has a 5.16 ERA last year, a 150 whip. Now, he does strike out 9.3 in his 113 innings. But I like that matchup, Milwaukee against Stephen Brault today. And I like Sogard, who can be bought so cheaply. How about pitchers? Let's go to Anaheim, where they were beaten pretty bad. Well, beat up early, but they came back, fought back. But Oakland won the game yesterday. But today, it's going to be Griffin Canning pitching for the Angels. Canning is healthy and ready to go. Canning, against the A's last year, had a 3.50 ERA with 19 strikeouts and 18 innings pitched. I know that the A's have good hitters, but they're playing in a pitcher's park today. And Canning has a 13.8% swinging strike percentage and a 17.2 K per walk ratio in 90.1 innings pitched last year. His counterpart is also a good pitcher to own, and that would be Chris Bassitt, who takes the mound today against the Angels, opposing Canning. Bassitt had a 3.81 ERA last year. He was much better than that at home, though, and the game today is in Oakland. He had a 3.01 ERA and 17.3% K to walk ratio in 68 innings pitched. Now, I know Rendon may be back. I don't think he'll be back on Monday. So I think to take Bassitt on Monday is a right time. A lot of times, Ohtani doesn't play the day after he pitches. We'll see if that's the case today because he didn't pitch very long yesterday. But I think Bassitt as well as Canning could be good, sharp adds today for your daily fantasy. Good morning, Kurt Hinton. Good morning, TKO. Stay out of Miami is the word. And let's wish them the best and hope that the 18 players who were diagnosed with corona can be back on the field soon. I don't know what that does to Miami. For example, I added Sandy Alcantara after his opening day start, and now I'm concerned he won't pitch this week at all. If they don't play games, what will that do? I mean, there's a lot going on here. Reality baseball, fantasy baseball. If Miami cancels games and can't play, that can't happen but for so long. Because the season just doesn't last that long. And there aren't that many off days. So it'll be interesting to see how MLB handles the crisis, if you will, in Miami now with the players going down. We'll see. Guys, it's been great to be with you this morning. I'll be back again tomorrow for more fantasy talk, more daily advice. If you have questions, I want to thank you guys for chatting in here this morning. I want to thank the chat room for being with me. It's great to be with you again. Shows tonight. I know there's a show on at 7. I know tomorrow Lenny will lead off. I'll be on after Lenny, and then tomorrow night Chappie and I both have shows, and we have one together. Tuesday night's a busy night for us. Look forward to seeing you. Everybody have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow right here on Arnie's Fantasy World of Sports.